Hello and welcome to America Tonight. I'm your host Aiden Rude, and I'd like to welcome Donna Crow, co-chair of the Anchor Fair this year, along with co-chair Kathy Massa and Anchor Society President Linda Dispenza from the Anchor Society. So how did you each get involved with the Anchor Society?
I was interested in giving back to the community and thought working with Anchor would be a great way to a lot of volunteer opportunities and ways to support the town.
And when did you join Anchor?
2009.
All right.
And I joined in 2009 along with Donna for the same reason, to give back to the community. I grew up in Winchester, so I knew somewhat about Anchor, but not a lot. So I joined just to get involved.
I joined in 1998. I had volunteered at the fair for a couple of years at the invitation of my neighbor who was a member of Anchor, and then she asked me if I would like to join, and I had seen by that time some of the good work that Anchor did, and I said yes, I would love to join.
All right, so tell us a bit about the history of the Anchor Fair.
Well, the Anchor Fair, the Anchor Society was started in 1902. And it was in aid of the town of Winchester. Initially, it started in aid of the hospital. And the first fair was held in 1935. So I think we've just figured out that this is the 82nd fair. And the first fair was held in the little town parking lot behind the town hall. And so as you can see, it's grown. It's been in many locations over the years in various fields. But in 2008, we moved permanently back to the center of town and the parking lots.
Okay, so where do the funds raised from the Anchor Fair and the Anchor Society in general go?
The Anchor Society spends its money, most of the money we raise comes from the fair. I would say that's about 90% of our budget for the year comes from the money we raise at the fair. And all of that money goes back to the community. So a portion of the money goes into direct social service, where we support people in need. We give money to the seniors and to the Visiting Nurse Association. We've supported students in need at the high school and at the elementary schools. We've provided fuel assistance and various emergency aid to people. And then the rest of the money is given out in grants. So various organizations in town, ranging from, say, the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts, to the seniors, and numerous organizations apply for grants. In fact, tonight when I leave here, I'm going to a meeting and we're looking at our final grants for the year.
All right, so what kind of planning has gone into this year's Anchor Fair and all of those before?
Well, the planning starts, Donna and I knew 2 years ago that we were going to be fair chairs this year. So we started planning a little bit then, but our planning really goes full forward after last year's fair. And it's everything from little committees such as the tent for the cafe, to the book tent, to the games tent, to meeting with the Winchester Police Department, the Fire Department, the DPW. So it really takes a lot of people to run the fair and help out with the community. So
Every member of the society volunteers somewhere in the fair. So it's a large group of people.
How many members does the society have?
We have about 200 members, a little over 200 members, and I think it's around 150 active members. Each of those women volunteer on average 18 hours over the course of the fair, some more, some less, but it's a big commitment.
All right, so what can Winchester expect from this year's Anchor Fair and Anchor Parade?
We're hoping for great weather.
Yes.
Our theme, so each year there's a different theme to the fair. Our theme is Shangri-La, and that is sort of a not perfect, but a nice thought, a nice society. And Winchester at fair time is beautiful. It's in bloom. The trees are, everything is green. It's such a picturesque town, and everyone comes out and is happy at the fair. So
Okay, is there anything new or different coming to this year's fair?
We're having a duck tank this year with some notable townspeople that will have stepped up to be,
Oh, wow.
have agreed to this.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that.
All right, how much volunteer work and assistance from the community is needed to make this fair possible?
A lot.
A real lot. So each member, depending on what their job is at the fair,
Right.
there's a member that will be chairing a ride, and that person needs to make sure that their shifts, their 2-hour shifts, they start on Friday from 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 11. So they need to have those shifts covered by 2 volunteers to make it run and collect tickets and
Right.
check heights and so forth.
And do you get other volunteers from the community?
Yes, we do. If you think about each of those rides and games that you see on the fairgrounds, for most of those, you'll have volunteers staffed at them. So each of those takes about 18 volunteers. So that's a lot of people.
Per
And
ride?
then per ride or per
wow.
game. And then we have people working in our food tents, selling hot
Right.
dogs and hamburgers. And our book tent also takes a lot of volunteers. So I don't think I've ever actually added up how many people that is, but I would estimate it's
Certainly
at
a lot.
least 200.
All right.
Yeah.
So that'll
Not
be...
to mention the fire, the police, and town officials that
DPW,
help
yeah.
us. Yeah.
So we get a lot of help and support for the fair.
All right. So this year's Anka Fair is coming on May 19th and 20th? Is that
Correct.
That's Friday and Saturday. Hope that the community will come out to the fair and support the Anka Society. Thank you for watching America Tonight. That was Donna Crow, co-chair of the Anka Fair, along with co-chair Kathy Massa and Anka Society President Linda Dispenza. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.